from MATLAB Games. Today we are going to play the Solitaire version of 51st State, the complete master set. 51st State is a card game by Ignacy Trzewiczek, published by Portal Games, and as you'll see in the playthrough, it's basically based on the same core mechanics as the Imperial Settlers game that I've done a playthrough a while back. So it uses the same type of card play, the same player boards, very similar mechanics when it comes to making deals and raising locations and all that stuff. So it's 1 to 4 players typically. It plays for about an hour and a half maybe, depending. Solitaire version can be a lot quicker if you just keep going, but let me know what you think. I'll show you the playthrough, we'll get to the table, do the setup, and see how it goes. Okay, so for the 51st State master set setup, you need to put out a few things. So you've got basically your victory point tracker. You need to just pick any of the player boards, and they're all different depending on which faction you chose. So for this playthrough I've chosen the New York faction, and they get slightly different benefits. So in this case, I get to trade by spending 1 iron for 1 gray movement token, 1 pistol for 2 raised tokens basically, and 2 gasoline for 2 of these blue travel tokens, which are really just deal tokens, and I'll explain how that all works. You also have the deck of location cards. So this is really the base set, the core cards. I've not added. It comes with 2 expansions that you could add either of those decks to this stack to play with the expansions, but I'm just going to play with the base for this for the purpose of this solo playthrough. I've got my red and my blue connection cards out, and I've laid out all of basically the resources that you have. And this game has a ton of resource tokens, so there's a lot to keep track of. But basically, the premise of the game is to basically beat the virtual player. The virtual player is going to score points for taking a connection card, so they'll get 2 points every time they take one of those. They're going to get 2 points every time they raise one of your locations, and I'll show you how that works. And they're going to get 1 point for every location in their tableau or in their state at the end of the game. But those will get tallied up once we reach the 25-point mark. So for the purposes of the playthrough, I guess we'll focus on that when we get there, and I will take you through the next set of setup steps to get us started. So let's get to it. Alright, so the first thing you do is you deal yourself 6 cards. So I'll take 6 cards off the top of the deck, and we'll look at them all. And I get to choose 4 of these 6 cards. Now, at the beginning of the game, I typically like to lock down a lot of production if I can. So these 3 cards are production, I'll keep those. I'll look at these and see what I want to do. So I'll probably go with this one because it lets me spend those gears, and I can get those. And I can get people as well. So 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna go with this one because it's just victory points. At this point, it really doesn't matter. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, I have too many cards here, so I need to get rid of one. I'll get rid of this one. So these 2 go in the discard pile. These 4 are going to go in my starting hand, and then we go on to the next step. All right. So the next step after dealing out the cards and setting up the board is to go into the lookout phase. In the lookout phase, what we do is we turn the top 2 cards of the connection decks up. So these are now going to be available for purchase, and they cost 2 workers each, and it costs an action to use them, a separate action. So that's the first thing. The next thing we're going to have to do is a card draft. So you take the top 4 cards off the deck, so you draw the top 4, and then we are going to now choose one of these 4 cards. And again, I like production, so I'll go with the school because I want the people. Take these, we shuffle them, we randomly draw one, so this goes to our virtual opponent. I get to draw a second one. I'll take this one, and then this one goes to the virtual opponent. And for the solo game, you draw the next top card off the deck, and the virtual opponent gets a third card. So this is basically their city and how they're going to start. So I'll sort of build their city over here. All right, and I'll keep mine over on the left-hand side. So now we go into the production phase. So the virtual opponent doesn't get any production, obviously. So we just go right to us. So we're going to get 3 workers. So I just put them up here. One of these iron gears, a gray token, or a contact token, gray contacts, and 1 card. So I will draw a card off the top of the deck. All right. So that's all I get now in the beginning of the game, because I don't have any of my facilities producing anything. So it's real straightforward for the first turn. So that's it for the production phase. Okay, so now we're in the action phase, and this is where we're going to alternate turns with the virtual player, and they're going to do some pretty straightforward moves. So we go first, and we are going to, and I'll explain why we want to do this. We're going to want to choose one of these, or buy one of these 2 connection cards, and basically it's because the virtual player is going to go for those first. It's the first move they do. If there's one up there, they're going to take it. And they get 2 points for that. So you want to take at least one of those away. So I'll take the punks and I'll add that to my hand. And that's going to cost me 2 workers. Then it's the virtual opponent's turn. And the virtual opponent is going to take the card, if there is one. I'll bury it. And they're going to get 2 points. So I'll move them up 2 points on the victory point track. Then it goes back to my turn. So now I can actually start playing cards if I can afford it. So, but what I think I'll do for my first action is to play the punks. So the punks are going to give me 2 of these red contacts, right? So these are going to allow me to raise. So I want to raise the virtual opponent. So that's the first action for me. That's my next action. So now the virtual opponent goes. And what happens on their turn is if there are no more connection cards, they're going to attack me. So, and they're going to do that 3 times until they kill me, or don't kill any of my, until they kill one of my facilities, or until they go 3 times and then they stop, right? And then I can't interact with their buildings either. So so for the first attack, they're going to go ahead and throw up the gun shops. And all that's important about this card are these 2 symbols here. If either of these symbols matches one of the symbols on one of my facilities, then they've got a successful raise, and I raise that building, and they gain some points. So, but in this case, they've attacked. I don't have any buildings, so it's unsuccessful, right? So they've done nothing. But that takes up one of their attacks, so I'm going to keep track of their attacks. And then it goes back to my turn. So I could theoretically try to attack him back, right? Because I've got these 2 red contact tokens. So I just need to attack. See, these 2 aren't going to do it. I got to find a way to get more. Because basically, depending on the type of building, so production buildings have 3 defense, feature buildings have 4, and action buildings have 5. And he's only got feature and action buildings, so I'm going to need at least 4 of these red tokens to do anything. So that's going to be tough. I probably should have gone a different route there. But in any case, what I'm going to do is probably build something. So what I'll do is I'll build schools. So production cards go up top in the production row, basically. And you know what? Maybe I don't want to do that yet. That might not be a smart move, actually. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to do it. So build that. It's 1 distance, so it's going to cost me 1 of these gray contact tokens. So to build that, and I get the production and the production bonus right off the bat. So I get 2 more workers. All right. So that's my turn. Next turn, he's going to attack again, and the second attack has these 2 symbols that do not match mine, so he misses. Now okay, what do I want to do? I think I can build another facility, or I can maybe trade. Yeah, I can do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trade in 2 workers. So I can spend 2 workers to gain 1 resource or 1 card. Maybe activate it any number of times. So I'm going to spend 2 workers, and I'm going to gain a pistol resource. All right. So now it is the virtual player's next turn, and he pulls the Statue of Liberty card. All three attacks missed, which is good for me, but not really, because I am not ready for that. So, and I'll explain why. So you know what I'm going to do though? I am going to, and that kind of stunk, really. That really did stink. So let me do this. So I'm going to spend, I'm going to have to raise, but I'm going to raise something in my hand, and that's, I wanted to raise him, but I guess, you know, I've basically run out of time. I need 4 of those tokens to get him, so let me see about raising something in my hand. Alright, so I'm going to raise, and I think that's the best move here. So I'm going to raise this shelter, and the way raising works is when you raise a card from your hand, you pay, you know, those red contact tokens equal to the distance. So I can't, although I can't do that yet, so because I'm going to need 1 more. So what I'm going to do to prep for that is trade in a pistol, and I'll get 2 more raise tokens back. All right. So now the virtual opponent passes, so they're done. I can't attack them anymore, which kind of stinks. But at least I got to keep my school. So the next thing I'm going to do now is raise. So it's going to cost me 3 points because of the distance of 3. So I'll discard this, but I'm going to collect the spoils here. So 3 of these tokens go away. The spoils are 3 iron and a victory point. And then this goes in the discard pile. So now I can take some more actions. And what I think I'll do is I'm going to trade in 1 iron to gain 1 gray contact, and I will use that gray contact to build the Shadash, and I'm going to gain 1 of each wild token. So these can be gray, blue, or red. And then I'm going to, I guess I'll just keep on building, right? Why not? So I'll build a quarry for 1 of these, and I'm going to get a brick. I'm going to build, I'll build this, I'm not sure, hold on, what do I want to do next? Alright, what I think I'm going to do next is, do I want to make a deal? Maybe I'll make a deal. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I can't because I don't have enough. Ooh, okay. This is difficult. Alright, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to spend my brick. What that'll do is it'll allow me to develop another property that that shares the symbol with it and build it. So I've changed my quarry into the docks, and that's going to give me a victory point for developing, and it's going to give me some iron for my production, right? Next, I'm going to, I guess I could, I'd like to build this, but I don't think I can. So maybe I'll hold on to it. So I think that might be it. I've got a lot of resources I can't use, unfortunately. This blue, I guess, you know, I'd hate to waste this. So what I'll do is I'll turn this in. I'll use it as a blue, and I'll make a deal. You know, it's only 1 distance out of this, and get a brick. And at least I'll start producing bricks from this point on. So I'll take a brick. I'm going to lose it anyway, but it's something. And this last card I can't do anything with right now, so. But that's that. So I'm gonna end my turn here, and we're gonna clean up. So cleanup is pretty simple in this. You basically take everything you have that you're unable to store, which I'm not able to store any of it, and you remove it. You lose everything, right? So that's cleanup. You keep all your cards though. And we are done with cleanup, and then we go back to the lookout phase. And if you remember, we turn over these cards. So we've got punks and we've got merchants. Okay, and we're gonna have to go back to the card draft. So I draw 4 off the top. Let's see what we want here. We want open production cards. I'm definitely gonna take that. Shuffle these up. He gets the corner shop. I get to choose from these two. I will take the methane storage and give him the assembly plant. He also gets another card. And we start the next round. Alright, so let's see what we're going to do. So remember, the virtual player is going to go after these. So this time I think I'm going to, well actually, you know what? Forgot to do production, so let me grab those real quick. So we got 3 workers, 1 iron, 1 gray contact token, 1 card, and I get 1 brick from my deal. We bartered some deals. So I'm going to pay my 2 workers and take merchants. The virtual player is going to bury punks and gain 2 points for that. So he's going to go to 4. And now it's going to go to my turn. So remember, I'm going to get attacked. So I know I don't have enough of anything. So I'm gonna go ahead and cash in the merchant's card and gain 2 of these blue contacts. Alright, so now our virtual player is going to attack. So first attack, no matching symbols. It's a miss. My turn. I don't really want to build any more structures yet while this guy is attacking me. So what I'll probably do is spend 2 blue contact tokens and deal the shadow, and that'll gain me a pistol for those 2. Alright, next attack. Do we have any matching symbols? No. Good. My turn. I could get 2, and I think that's still not enough. So, I just don't have enough pistols. That's a problem. I'd like to build this, but I don't want to do it just yet. Oh, you know what? I didn't grab production for these. Sorry. Alright, I got 1 more worker, 1 wild, and 1 gear. So that actually changes things up a bit. So you know what? Let me do this. I'm going to cash, my next action will be to cash this gun in to get 2 red tokens. Right, so that's that action here. You can take those once per round. So now I have 3, technically 3 reds. Final attack from the virtual player is another miss. So I've been getting really lucky. So the next round, this virtual player is going to pass. So I can attack now, and I can attack a 3 defense building, which would be production. And he does happen to have 1 production building. So I'm going to spend 1, 2, 3 attack, 3 reds, to hit this production building. So I'm going to get the spoils from this, which are going to be 3 pistols. So I've just raised his arena, and I've gotten the spoils from that. So that was nice. Alright, now that it's the virtual player's turn, he's going to pass, and now it's me. So I can try to do as much as I possibly can to get going. So I'm going to just take an action, spend a gear to get a gray contact, and with that, what do I want to do here? I'm actually going to spend a brick, and I'm going to develop the docks because they have matching symbols. So I'm going to turn the docks into a Merc outpost. And it doesn't have to be the same type of building. It just has to have a matching symbol. So I also get a point for doing that. And now I have a Merc outpost. And I can take an action on that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use it. And you can spend 1 pistol, gas can, iron, or brick to gain 2 workers. So I'm going to spend 1 of my pistols and I'm going to gain 2 workers. Alright, so that's that. I'm going to build with these 2 gray a distance 2 production item, which is cards. So I'm going to draw 2 cards. So let's see what we got here. Nice. Alright, so we've got more production. Brick supplier. We have some construction vehicles. So these are really, really nice. I'd like to build that one. This is a distance 1, so I'll trade in 2 workers, and you can do this as many times as you want, and I will gain 1 resource or 1 card. I think I want to get another card, to be honest. Alright. I wouldn't mind building this. You know, let me trade in these 2 guys and get another card as well. Just keep getting cards. Alright. Nothing great. So I've done all the trading in I pretty much can do. I don't think I can build this guy yet. So I think that's all I can do. So I will end my turn. I will do cleanup, get rid of these extra items. And I will end that turn. So now we go to the lookout phase, and that's where we're going to do some resetting of the board. So we've got more things up here. We're going to draw 4 more cards. Alright, we are going to look and pick one. So I think I will take that production. We'll do a random here. Give 1 to the virtual player. We will take, I'm going to take the abandoned suburbs and give him the thieves' den. He also gets another card. And that is the end of that. So now we go to production phase. So let's do it right this time. I get a pistol, a brick for my deals, 3 workers, iron, gray connection, card, worker, wild contact, a card, and that's it. Alright, great. So let's start the action phase. So I'm going to go ahead and gain the thugs, and that's going to cost me 2 workers. Alright. The virtual player is going to bury merchants, as always, and he is going to gain 2 points. 2. So now I get to go. What do I want to do? Probably want to play thugs. So I'm going to activate thugs. And I can spend 1 pistol to gain 3. Spend 1 pistol to gain 3 red contacts. Alright. Virtual player's gonna attack. Boom. Gas tank and victory point. Miss. My turn. So can we raise? So I can do up to 4. I've got a wild here. So I think... So I can kill a feature of his. Are there any good features here? Action, 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 feature, feature. That feature's nice. That feature's not bad. Action, action. So I think, you know what, I'm gonna knock out this one. So this is gonna be 4. So I'm gonna raise him. So 1 wild, 3 reds. will raise him. I'll get 2 victory points and some iron. Get my score up. So that's that. Virtual player attacks again. And we have another miss. So I'm getting really lucky here. Alright, so what can I do? Can I make some deals? I don't think so. I don't have any gas cans. That's the problem. At least not yet. Not yet. So I don't know. Do I want to make a deal? Nah. I'm going to trade a gear in to get an arrow token. We'll do another attack. We have a gun and a victory point, and there are none of those. So again, no raising done by the virtual player. So now I can actually breathe easy and start building. And what do we want to do? So I think we definitely want to build this. And I will spend one of my gray tokens to build it, and I'm going to gain a gas can. Alright. Now I'm going to go ahead and spend my gas can and gain 2 blue contacts. And with that, I'm going to make a deal. And I think it's probably best to deal this guy. So it's going to cost me 1 blue because of the distance. I'll deal him, and now I get a gas can in return. Alright, so what can I do? I would like to build this construction vehicle. This one's pretty good. And I have enough. It's only 1 distance, so let me scooch these guys over a little bit. Alright, so pay my 1 and down, and I get 2 more of these for building that. So that's nice. So that's going to allow me to build a 2 distance building. So there's rubble, there's another school, a museum. No, nothing great here, unfortunately. I guess I could try to build this guy. That's a 3. That's a 3 distance though. So that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen this round. It doesn't look like. Wow. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and deal this guy because it's only 1 distance. So I'll use this blue, put him under, and that's going to get me more workers. And these guys get me resources. So I will spend fuel here to gain 2 more workers. I'm just stockpiling workers, let me tell you. I'm going to build this action item for 2 distance. And that'll let me spend a pistol to gain a victory point. I can do it twice. So I will trade in 4 workers for 2 pistols. I can do this as many times as I want. And those 2 pistols I'm going to trade right in here and gain 2 victory points. 1, 2. And I think I'm going to call it on that. Yeah, so we'll end the turn there. Clean this up. And that is the end of that round. Alright, next round, let me sort of move him over a little bit because I'm running out of space. My empire is just growing. Alright, so we'll turn these up. Take our 4 cards. And we'll pick what we want. Church, clay pit. Nothing here is appealing. I guess I will take him. Shuffle them up. This goes to my opponent. I'll take that and give that to my opponent. So he's got quite an empire going on there. Alright, so that, he gets an extra card. And I can collect my resources now. So And there's quite a bit going on here. So I get a person, a fuel, a pistol, and a brick. And those are my deals. I get 3 more people. Iron, the gray, and a card. I get a person, one of these wild tokens, a card, gas tank, and one of the gray contact tokens. So that's it. I think that's everybody. Okay, so once again, I'm gonna have to take. I want to keep the pressure on him if I can, and to keep raising him. So I'll take this. I'll pay my 2 workers. He's gonna take the junk train and gain 2 points. And now I get to go. So what do I want to do? I'm going to trade in my pistol to get 2 reds back. So now I've got 3, technically, kind of, sort of. Okay, and then he's going to start attacking. So gas tank and star. So I believe I can apply either one, so I'm going to have him kill this guy. I gain what's in the deal section as my basically as my compensation, and he's just going to get 2 points. Bang bang. But he's done, right? So he's hit me, and I'm sorry, I should have left that there. So this becomes ruins now. But so he's hit me. That is, he gets his points. He's going to have to pass next round. So I get 1 shot at him now, if I can. So my turn. I've got 3 reds. Does he have a production building I can take out? Yes, he does. So I'm going to do that because I can. So I have to try to keep his points at a minimum. So I've got 3 reds. I'm going to get 3 bricks for his building. 1, 2, 3. So that's that. Alright, now he's going to pass, so I can't attack him anymore, so he's done. So I can start working on my state. What a sad state it is. Alright. So I would like to build some stuff here. So let's think about this. Alright, so what I think I'm going to do is I'm probably going to develop these ruins now that I can. I'll try to pick something that is pretty expensive for me to actually use. So there's a couple of good things here, and what I think I'll probably do is, like, this one's pretty tough to build, so I'll spend a brick. Now you don't have to match any symbols with these because they're ruins, and I'll build that action, right? And then I can activate this twice, and I spend 2 bricks to get 2 victory points. So that is that's something I'm going to want to do at some point here. So I'd like to get some features out, to be honest. So I think what we'll do is we'll start with building a church here. It's going to cost me 2. And the building bonus is 2 victory points. 1, 2. And that's really all you get from that. It's just a feature. So, but I can hopefully combo that later. I have all 2 distance locations, so that's kind of tough. But I haven't traded in fuel yet, so let's do that. We'll trade in fuel to get 2 blues. And I'm going to use those 2 blues right away, and I'm going to build this this rubble, I think, or this clay pit. I'm going to build this clay pit because I'm going to get more bricks. I'm going to try to build a brick engine here. So I'll take my brick, and right now I'll spend 4 bricks to activate this twice. So I'm going to gain 4 victory points. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I will continue on. What else can we do here? I don't have a ton of options with what I've got left here, so I've already traded in all this stuff. So let me trade in the gas. I'll get 2 more guys. Let me do all these people. So I get 1 resource or 1 card for every 2. So I'm going to trade in 4 workers and gain 2 cards. Alright. Trade in my metal to gain this. And I can go 1 distance. So I can build you a gunsmith. So let's do that. So I will spend my gray token to go 1 distance. Gunsmith, and I can spend 1 token, 1 gun token to gain 1 red contact. So I don't need that right now, but I think that's all I can do right now. So we'll end this, clean up, and see how we fare next round. Alright, so let us get into the next phase. We've got punks and merchants. Alright, so we'll draw 4 cards. We will draft. There's another feature, open production. I like these. Okay, so I'm going to take the assassin as my card. Let's see where he lies. He's going to get a wreck tank. I'm going to choose an excavator, and I'll give him the crossroads. And he gets 1 more card. Remember that. Alright, so I'm going to go into production now, and we're going to start collecting mad amounts of things. 2 bricks, a worker, a gas tank, and a gun. Those are all my deals. 3 workers, an iron, and a gray connection, and a card. Now we go across the board. So I get a worker, a wild token, a card, a gas tank, and a gray token. Alright, there's all my production. So first play, what do I want? I think I'm going to take punks for 2. He's going to take merchants for 2 points. So he's up to 12. He's just trailing me. And now it's my turn. Can I play these? Alright, so I'm going to go with punks. And I'm going to instantly gain 2 of these. He's going to attack me. And he's absolutely going to hit me. So he just hit my gunsmith. Alright, so he's going to gain 2 points for that. I'm going to gain a red token, and this becomes ruins. Alright, so I have 4 red tokens. I can take out pretty much any of his production or feature building. So let me take a look at what he's got going on over here and see what I want to score. I might want you. So what I'm looking at are the victory points, right? Because what can I get here? What can I really get? So I think I might go for this one. Just take the victory points. So I'll hit this feature. I'm going to gain 2 victory points for spoils. 1, 2. And then he's going to pass now, and now I go. So I can do a number of things here. I'd like to build rubble at some point, I think. And the wreck tank. The museum. Alright, those are good. Those are all really good, actually. Got a lot of these attacks. So remember, I attacked them. I got to spend these tokens. I didn't spend them yet. So those go. That goes. Alright, what do I want to do here? Remember, I can raise my own cards too. So, but I'm going to just try to get as many victory points as I can. I'd like to raise this guy. That would be kind of nice, actually. So let me do that. I'm going to raise him. So I'll trade in my gun, and I'll get 2 red tokens. I'm going to trade in a gas tank, and I'm going to get my 2 blues, and I'll trade in my gear metal, and I'll gain my 1 gray. I'll do that now so I know that's done, so I don't have to get confused later. So I'm going to raise this rubble. It's going to cost me the distance in red tokens. So that's going to be a red contact. So that's gone. And I'm going to gain 2 victory points and a brick. 1, 2. And I'm going to build, let's see, I can build some stuff here. On this, I'm going to pay a brick, and I'm going to build a wrecked tank. And the building bonus is 1 victory point for each of these. So I'm going to take 2. 1, 2. I'm going to spend 2 gray tokens, and I'm going to build another feature, a museum, and I'm going to get 1 victory point for each of these. So that's 3. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to, what else can I do here? So much I can do. Alright, so I'm going to play punks. I'm going to gain 2 red tokens. Just keep raising my stuff. What else can I raise here? Yeah, I'm going to raise my deserted colony. It's going to cost me 2 for 2 distance. Gain 2 ammunition, which are wild, and 1 victory point. It's 23 victory points. Now we can do some building, perhaps. Right. So let's see, spend that to gain that. Yeah, this would be a good guy to build. He would be pretty decent. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to upgrade some stuff here. So, what do I want to do? I'd like to build over some of these things. So, but you probably want to use these first, right? So let me spend a gas tank and gain 2 workers, right? And then I'm gonna build a well, that's a production card? I didn't know that. I'm gonna build a brick supplier. And do I want to do that? I don't know. Because I'm looking to develop it. I need something with a gear, but the only thing what I have with a gear is the construction vehicles, because I want to build that. I don't have enough arrows, so that's my problem right now. I could deal something, but let me think about this a second. I think I'm going to deal something again. Because why not? So I'm going to I'll deal the brick supplier instead. I'll get another brick. That'll cost me these 2 blue. I've got a whole lot of cards going on here. Let me think. So these are wilds. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Spend 2 to gain 2, so I'm going to gain 4 victory points. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I just pushed past him. I pushed past the 25 mark, so I think that ends it. Right. So once either of us gets past the 25, you end the action phase. So that was the end of my action phase. I pushed it, and now I get to add 1 victory point for every location in my state. So let's see here. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 37 points. And then how many does he have? He has quite a few going on here. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's 25. So I think I win. According to the rule book, with a score of 37, I am but a mere survivor. I'm not even human. So, but I'm sure I could have played that a lot better and comboed some better cards. But you get the gist, right? You see how the game plays. This is it. This is the 51st State Complete Master Set Solitaire gameplay. I guess the trick is just, I don't think the Solitaire is really that hard. It's more, I think the opponent kind of gives you something to worry about while you're playing, because they're going to start beating on your location. And then it's more about how many points can you score before one of you reaches 25, right? And basically, I guess, how many points in here can you score? How many locations can you build to add on to your points? Because I guess you get a ton of locations to score that high. But either way, hope you enjoyed the playthrough. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and see you next time.